Mainstay DRP is based in Downpatrick and is one of County Down's leading charities, providing a wide range of essential care and support services for people with learning disabilities and their families. Originally known as Down Residential Project, the organisation opened its first residential home in 1992.
The organisation grew from a group of parents and carers who at that stage belonged to the Downpatrick Mencap Society. And they came together out of concern about the lack of services for people with a learning disability in the Downpatrick area. And in particular, there was one parent who needed a place for her daughter, and the only place that could be found was in the Bangor area. So that group of parents and carers came together and decided over the next few years that what they needed to do was to form an organisation that would provide that range of services in this local area for people from the Down district.
I was asked by another member of the Mencap Society to come and see what the meetings were like, and I came down and I was very attracted to what they were working towards. And I have a brother who's got a learning disability, Dismas, and I think that's really what attracted me to the organisation.
Over the last 20 years, services have grown in the community, but along with the growth in community services has been a significant growth in the population of people with learning disability. So the need for services now is as great as it was then.
Mainstay DRP works in close partnership with our local health and social care trusts, offering high-quality residential care, day care, respite care and supported housing services. Gordon Kelly and his mother walking in the grounds of one of Mainstay's residential homes. As a child, Gordon was diagnosed with having Down syndrome. From the outset, his mother Hazel and father Jim were well aware of the considerable support that he would need as he grew older. Sadly, Gordon's father developed an unexpected health problem, which resulted in Gordon having to temporarily leave the family home for respite care.
My husband had dementia, and I benefited greatly when Jim became really what would you say? He was really affected by the dementia. Gordon couldn't understand what was going on. He couldn't understand his dad's condition. And things got more and more difficult at home, and he came in more regularly for respite. And then my husband died. And after his death, the place was still here for Gordon. And in about a month or so, I had to make the decision whether I wanted to take that place for Gordon or let him live with me. And I eventually made the decision that I would let him come into Enniscorthy permanently. It was a very hard decision to make. Found it very, very difficult. And eventually things settled down, and we found both benefited, both I and he benefited from the fact that he was living in Enniscorthy.
Robert Skelly's family have seen how residential care has improved his life and his ability to communicate and socialise with others. Before coming to Mainstay DRP, Robert was institutionalised in a long-stay hospital and unable to do many of the simple things that he now enjoys so much.
Robert is a farmer's son and just loves the outdoor life here, the gardening, and he has been here some 7 years. It's unbelievable what he has been able to do for himself, washing, ironing, cooking, which before he never got the chance to do. I know he's been well looked after and leads as normal a life as possible.
This is Roisin Kelly with her brother Basil. Roisin came to Mainstay DRP for respite care when her mother took seriously ill and was unable to look after her. Her mother later died, and Roisin was offered a permanent residential place with the project.
It gives you a good feeling of contentment. We know she's well looked after. We know she's looked after in every way, and we know by She has actually come on in leaps and bounds over the years.
Gordon looks after me.
Oh, Gordon looks after her. Gordon's her friend there, and Gordon looks after her. But Roisin was always used to being with my mum, and we were absolutely amazed at the transition when she came in here on a permanent basis. It was absolutely unbelievable, and she loves it.
This is their home. They've all a part to play in it. They have their chores, and the feeling to walk into it is just lovely. You walk in, jack a cup of tea, sit down and have a chat. What more could you ask for in your own home?
Helen Hurley's son Patrick has a severe learning disability and autism. In 2007, while Patrick was being cared for at home, his father Owen was diagnosed with a terminal illness. While Helen was determined to spend as much quality time as possible with her dying husband, she still had to cope with the complexities of caring for Patrick. Fortunately, social workers were able to help by arranging respite care for him at Ardcora, one of Mainstay DRP's specialised units for adults with autism. Patrick is now a resident of Ardcora.
I don't think I could ever be thankful enough for that, because you can imagine when you're torn between very seriously ill husband and a very dependent child, you can imagine how important it was to have somewhere to go and to have somebody to look after Patrick to a level which I knew was a high level, and which, almost a home from home. And he had known this place. He had been in here for respite, so it was no strange place to send him out of the blue. He was just coming from one home to another.
An increasing number of service users now enjoy the benefits of what's known as supported living. Here, staff work with rather than for the individual. Unlike residential care, supported living encourages independence and also promotes social inclusion.
Supported living is a relatively new concept in social care. It's about affording the individual client the same opportunities, rights and choices as every other individual in the community. So they're afforded tenancy rights. Their plans are drawn on the individual. They're much more person-centred.
Since 1995, an important element of the services offered by Mainstay is daycare provision.
People with a learning disability don't have the same access to employment, but they need to be gainfully employed during the day. For many people who have a learning disability, they live at home with carers. If they don't come along to a daycare service, they would be at home all day with little or nothing to do.
This not only meets the needs or interests of the clients, but it also demonstrates Mainstay's commitment to businesses in and around the area.
We pride ourselves in spending within our local community, not just because it is in the interests of the clients to go to the local shops and to buy their groceries, but also because it's an important element in terms of putting back into the local economy here, from whom we get our greatest support.
Mainstay also offers vocational training, where clients can participate in activities like woodwork, arts and crafts in its Ballydugan Centre. Others have the option to interact with the public at the nearby Jailor's Kitchen, based at the Down County Museum in partnership with Down District Council. Here, clients have an active role in the day-to-day running of what's become a very popular cafe.
Fiona is very happy in daycare. Likes to come home in the evening, but knowing that she's going back there tomorrow morning. She loves the staff and being fit to clear tables and help with the dishes and folding the cutlery up and napkins and things like that. She really loves doing all those things.
People who witness the outstanding work of Mainstay DRP often come forward with all sorts of offers of help and support, the most popular being fundraising. And there appears to be no end to the ideas that fundraisers come up with to encourage people to donate to this worthy cause. The fundraising events also make the public aware of Mainstay DRP and the services and support it offers to the local community. Among the many fundraisers are members of the Mainstay DRP committee, who have the added responsibility of developing and implementing Mainstay's strategic direction. They're also responsible for the governance of the organisation.
What I like about Mainstay DRP is they're very proactive. What we are discussing around the table 1 month can actually be put in place, if not the next month, the following month. And that goes for the majority of the ideas that are brought forward.
For many of us, it's our own children or relations who are clients who are cared for by Mainstay. There's a big incentive for us to do it to the best of our abilities.
We believe in the need to provide good quality services, and this probably comes from the fact that there's a passion and commitment to meet the needs of people with a learning disability.
Our residents are getting older, and the facilities we have, such as the homes, aren't really geared for them. There are stairs up to different levels for bedrooms, and we need to move on and recreate what the environments we have, but in a better facility for older people.
This challenge is currently being addressed by an ambitious project called Building the Dream, which began with the purchase of 1.5 acres of land on the Clock Road in Downpatrick.
What we're hoping to provide on the Clock Road is the re-provision of 2 small residential homes alongside small respite services and a daycare service. As we look to the future, we aspire as an organisation to continue to deliver quality services and to develop services in response to unmet need ahead of that need.
If you would like to know more about the work of Mainstay DRP, our fundraising events, or how you can help, please check out our website on www.mainstaydrp.org. Mainstay DRP, opening doors, fulfilling independence.